For Sandy Cortez, the trauma was real. Totally, it was her lived experience. She was wearing a coat in 90-degree heat. It's just the latest harrowing tale of Sandy Cortez's tenure in Congress, her life since Boston University. So today, several of the feistier members of Congress, that would include Sandy Cortez and Ilhan Omar, both famous on Instagram, decided to block traffic in front of the Supreme Court because girl power means blocking traffic. And that's when police officers did something they've never done before. Those mean cops put both Sandy Cortez and Ilhan Omar in invisible handcuffs and led them away with their hands behind their back. You're seeing those images on the screen right now. Now, several media outlets picked up these images as proof that Sandy Cortez and Ilhan Omar are deeply oppressed. For Sandy Cortez, the trauma was real. Totally, it was her lived experience. She was wearing a coat in 90-degree heat. It's just the latest harrowing tale of Sandy Cortez's tenure in Congress, her life since Boston University. You may recall that nearly a year and a half ago, she almost died.
Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has given a harrowing account of her experience on January 6th.
A harrowing and emotional account of what happened to her during the Capitol riot.
It's one of the most harrowing accounts so far.
Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, tell that harrowing story.
The harrowing story of how she hid from attackers during the Capitol riot.
Boom, boom, boom. Disclosing new harrowing details.
Being Casey Hunt looking right into the camera. Harrowing! It's very harrowing! Your average television host has a list of like 19 approved words and they must read for them. And that day, harrowing was at the top of the list. Vince Coglianese reads whatever words he wants because he's a free thinker. He's a very popular radio show host in Washington. He joins us tonight to assess the oppression of Sandy Cortez. Can you believe, Vince, they arrest her without handcuffs? That's how powerful white supremacy is in Washington, D.C.
It's remarkable. And like her demand to be mistreated was so great that she created invisible handcuffs for herself. And then a moment later, she raises her fist in solidarity with the crowd as if she's some sort of like brave civil rights activist. And then boom, the hand goes right back behind the back again, back into the handcuffs like some sort of David Blaine trick. She's incredible. And I actually feel the only person I feel bad here for Ilhan Omar because at least Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez got a Capitol Police officer to play along and like walk along with her. Ilhan Omar had to trail like 10 feet back and didn't even have an officer next to her, and yet she had invisible handcuffs on as well and was dutifully following along. So the two play.
They both were taken to an invisible Robben Island where they're going to be held for some number of decades. I got to ask, just in the case, since you're in Washington, you cover the news there, unlike us. Has Sandy Cortez, who's constantly fighting the power, ever fought any actual power? Like, has she ever criticized, say, I don't know, the CIA or Raytheon or Google? Or is it always like local cops?
No, she's never fought any meaningful power. In fact, this case today is exactly what she is. The phrase is a slacktivist, just like a lazy person who doesn't actually do anything to improve anybody else's life except her own. She is in lockstep with corporate America. She has the same abortion policies as Citibank and doesn't help Amazon workers in her own area unionize. And then she wants credit for it. And they say, yeah, no, thanks. We don't want you coming around. You were too busy Instagram storying your perusal through your garbage disposal.
I think you're just hitting on her. I think that's what's really going on.
Yeah, that's it. That's the key.
The great Vince Coglianese from Washington. Thank you.
Thanks, Tucker.